Number 2 on the early figures in Bitcoin, number 2 is Mark Karpelès. Mark Karpelès was the CEO of Mt. Gox, the world's largest Bitcoin exchange at the time of its existence. Um, Here's the crazy thing about Mt. Gox. Mt. Gox was a website, MTGOX, that I don't know. I forget exactly how it became an exchange, but the website itself was originally for Magic the Gathering online exchange or forum or something like it was Magic the Gathering. It was people talking about the card game. And and so all of a sudden they started trading Bitcoin on there. And Just to give you a little bit of background, um, so they operated in Tokyo pretty quietly, but it was managing like billions in Bitcoin, just crazy. Um, and There ultimately was the demise, and this is like so early Bitcoin, um, because everybody was just looking for a place to do it, but people were not taking control of their keys. And they're honest, there wasn't like a hardware wallet option at the time, so you kind of had to like really figure it out yourself to do it. Um, which is like do your own research, all that kind of stuff. And in 2014, Mt. Gox collapsed. It lost over 800,000 bitcoins, which was roughly $500 million at the time. Um, and Mark kind of sheepishly just had a press conference, said, "I'm very sorry," and then bowed out of the public light. Um, and, you know, I don't know anything about him other than, you know, he made massive mistakes. And he definitely did not protect everyone's assets. Probably was in over his head, probably didn't know exactly what he was doing. And, um, that's why you have to be careful of like who you put your faith in. Even now, who do you put your faith in the Bitcoin space? The answer should be yourself. That's who you should put your faith in. You got to control your own keys. You got to control your own assets and trust yourself. Learn for yourself because otherwise, like Mount Gox is just a symbol of both the brilliance and the fragility of Bitcoin in the early days. Bitcoin itself wasn't fragile. It's just the ecosystem around it. Um, and the collapse forced, core developers to address vulnerabilities and highlighting that there was a trust issue, and that's ultimately what led to things like the BitBox O2 hardware wallet. Did he remain a Bitcoiner? Get a BitBox O2 hardware wallet. Go to bitbox.swiss/Bitcoin made simple. Use promo code Bitcoin made simple to get 5% off. Also, if you want to get into mining or learn anything about mining, go to barefootmining.com or follow Barefoot Mining on X. Well, I don't know. Probably not. There's not much about him. He's one of the I think one of the only ones on the list that it's like there's nothing about him much out there. Um, Probably just trying to avoid being mixed up in it at all anymore. So, Mark Karpelès, whether for better or for worse, he was a huge figure in the early days of Bitcoin.